Welcome to Cork and Our podcast. Thanks to everybody for joining us this week. Before we crack on into this episode, I want to go through with you a few things. The Patreon, £3 a month, where you get extra episodes, discounts on merch, although we've sold out of the merch at the moment, but also you're going to be getting first dibs on my tour, which goes on sale in a few weeks. So please do sign up to that, and also on my mailing list. Big thanks to everybody that has been supporting us over on there as well. It does really help the podcast grow and continue. Also as well, we want to talk about our sponsor of this podcast. We're fans of them and they're fans of us. It's the Doyen Pub, ladies and gentlemen, on the Lisburn Road. They are big fans of Cork and our podcast, and we are big fans of them. We're big fans of their food. We're big fans of their drink. We're big fans of their toilet. Very accessible. We're big fans of the fact that they run comedy nights. You can hire a room there for birthday parties, christenings. Even on the 16th of February this month, you can actually go down and watch a great stand-up gig with Tim McGarry. He's going to be on there. So if you're looking for a Valentine's Day present for that partner, you're like, oh, let's do something for Valentine's where we don't have to talk to each other and we can sit in a dark room. Buy a ticket for Tim McGarry and go and laugh on another man, because he's probably not making you laugh, is he? Is he? Is he? You can also get discounts on your food with our code Cork25. 25% off your food Wednesday to Saturday at the Doyen. Go down, buy some food, eat the food. Bring people with you. And then when you get the bill, go, hey, Cork 25, they'll take 25% off. That's a big discount. That is a big discount, all right? It's newly refurbished. Been refurbished for a few years. Newly refurbished. It's a great place to go and watch the rugby as well. We've got another Six Nations weekend coming up this weekend. You want to go out somewhere new, somewhere different, I highly recommend the Doyen Pub on the Lisburn Road. We're down there soon doing a live podcast. We're going to be recording down there. We love going down there. And I know that if you go down there for the first time, you're going to love it too. Okay, so joining us here on the podcast this week, ladies and gentlemen, three gentlemen, three lovely boys, three boys, and if you brought them home to your mother, she'd be like, they're lovely boys. Oh, they're lovely boys. And they'd make you a cup of tea. They're the type of fellas that would help an old person cross the road, but they might, I'm not saying one of them would, but there's one in particular I'd probably shoplift if you had the chance. It's the lads from the podcast, which I'm sure you've seen around the north here as well. Here's the crack. We've got Tommy, Ross and Shay in the studio. I've been on their podcast before and they've joined in. Welcome, lads.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Is it too late to say Happy New Year? It's too late, isn't it?
No,
it's February now.
It's February now. Right. Well, listen, have a great Christmas if I don't see you. Good to see you, lads. How are you getting on? All good? Last time I saw you, I came down and did your podcast, which was great crack. Yeah. Yep. And you guys, I often thought like you were like really good, lovely boys. That's when I came away. It's not in a weird way. Can I just say this is like any allegations against me were always false anyway. Yeah. But like, so the last time I saw you, Ross, you got married.
Yeah.
In between when I did the podcast, your podcast. You were getting married maybe 2 weeks later or something?
Yeah,
3 weeks later?
Married in September.
Yep. How did that go? How was your day? I'm guessing groomsmen?
Yeah. Yep.
Groomsmen.
Best man. Yeah. How did you feel about that?
I was fucking raging.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it a tricky one?
Yeah, I think though, to be honest, it's one of them things where like Tommy's getting married in August, so like you just kind of pick, and like everybody has a part to play.
Everybody has their favourites.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But so. Can I like, because I was looking back at some of your clips this morning and stuff like that, like about how much your guys' lives have changed over the last sort of couple of years or whatever, since just like you were saying like on your podcast, just even some of the stuff that you talked about at the start, you were like, oh Jesus, like we didn't know what we were talking about. Exactly. And now all of a sudden you feel like, I don't know, maybe like a light bulb has gone on. And can I ask you a question? Why? Because one thing I've noticed about my life, and I don't know if you guys will notice this, is that I've probably matured more in the last 5 years than I've ever done in my whole life.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think marriage has changed you, or what is it?
I wouldn't say like changed in a big way. I would just say things are a lot less hectic, a lot more like, you know, it's a big thing, like, you know, when it's a year and a half of a build-up, a plan and a wedding, and I think you don't realise how much of, like, I talked about this on our podcast as well, like, how much of even the days where you're not doing anything, it's still, you're thinking about it, and the amount of people who are asking, like, are you prepared? Are you prepared? And I think you don't notice it until, like, we went on honeymoon 2 days after the wedding, went to Greece, arrived in the hotel at, like, 10 at night. I hit the bed, and honestly, I don't think I woke up the next morning till about 3. Like, and it was just that sort of mental, like, it's done now. All the planning's kind of happened, it's done, and now it's just time to sit back and enjoy it. And I would say, like, it's really nice. It is really nice. Just
being married.
it's done now. Like,
Because do you feel a lot more secure.
Yeah,
But she can still leave.
I know.
You can leave as well.
Yeah,
Marriages end up. 70% of marriages break up.
have a house and stuff. To
Do you know 70% of marriages break up? So
aware
good
of
luck.
that, yeah, I know. Like,
Hey, you're getting married soon. All the best.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All the best, Tommy. Okay.
Tommy's like, no, cancel.
How did you decide, if you don't mind me asking, how did you decide about the roles of the lads?
Well,
do you know him longer than him, or how does it work?
So I met Tommy in uni. We went to uni together.
Queens?
And then we actually went to Belfast Met.
Is it
And Jordan's
is it a
it's
university?
not a university technically. It was technically it was a university course through Belfast Met.
Isn't it? Wasn't it?
But then just say we went on to uni. We did 2 years of uni afterwards, but it was like
we did 2 years hard time.
yeah. So met him.
What did you study?
Marketing. I don't know why I said that so poshly. Marketing, but yeah, we did marketing together, and then I met Tommy, and then but I'd say it was like a year later. We were just sitting. Me and him used to go up and go to the pub and stuff after the course finished and stuff, and we just sort of chatting. And then I think one thing sort of we're like, we could do a podcast because we're just sitting here talking absolute rubbish. And I met you a few times.
Yeah, I think we'd run out a few times on nights out and
just went out
concerts and
nights
stuff
out,
like
like
that.
Bigger groups and stuff.
Yeah.
One fond memory I have is Tommy being like, one day after uni, he was like, we've got something to do. We've got something to do. Ended up going to your old flat in Eglantine and had to carry a massive pool table up 3 flights of stairs.
Like the real
Like
it was an initiation test.
A slate,
It was-
so it was man.
like the real.
the big
not-
slate that was 6 foot
Like a
wide and
slate.
it weighed about
Yeah.
like half a ton. It was so.
Jesus.
so
But
heavy,
I'm talking, you're going up a set of stairs and a hard angle
So you've
back
got-
up
you've
the
got to
stairs
flip
again.
it.
It was fourth floor as well.
Yeah.
What were you doing with that?
Same pool.
just
Had a
play
pool
pool.
table at the house. no one
Did you
was
nick
using
it?
Like, what's that?
Did you nick it?
Yeah.
How much is the pool table? 500 quid?
I don't know. It
It
was
was
his
a proper
birthday,
one.
anyway.
Like it was probably.
Where is it today?
Oh, it's wrecked. I took it home and I just left it outside. It's covered in. It got wet and just all the wood swelled.
green
and
cloth now
it's
is
rotten.
black, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
When do you get married?
August.
August. Brilliant.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your best man?
Shit.
Myself.
I love how you're pooling it around. Will you go out there now? Were you furious?
No,
You were like, oh, look, I have to give him something. Like,
No, the one
you're
thing-
like, that guy that comes on after the football match. Give him a runner. Give him 5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes at the end.
The one thing I was-
like, give him 5 minutes in. The mother's paying the sub every year. We've got to give him something. Like,
The one thing I would say is we were out the other night and you were talking about the best man speech, and I was
no.
like, thank God I don't have to do a speech.
how was his?
It's good.
Yeah, it was good. Really good.
Was
Yeah.
it sincere and genuine, or was it
There were
It's
tears.
emotional.
really?
Yeah.
I don't know the fuck.
Yeah.
And was your wife happy with his speech?
Oh yeah. Everybody said his speech was really good. It was very sincere.
Oh, brilliant.
Like a mix of comedy and
Yeah.
sincerity.
I remember my brother got married, right? I have 2 brothers, and my other brother was the best man.
Yeah.
And I was groomsman. And it was before the wedding, my mother was like, oh, you might want to help your brother with his speech. I think he's a bit nervous, right? And I was like, obviously, because I do comedy or whatever, I said, look, it's none of my business, but like, how's the speech looking like? He's like, oh, no, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. Like, I'm touching on a few sensitive topics and I'm making sure that everybody knows that the family's really close and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like going, okay. Right. And then he says to me, what would you say over here? And I said, well, why don't you say that? He's like, yeah, cool. So he goes up anyway to do the speech, right? And we decided that we wouldn't drink until after the speeches the whole day. We didn't have a drink until, we did the speeches before the dinner, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, we did like half of them before the dinner and half of them after the main course or something like that. Anyway. But my brother was going up first for some reason. Anyway, I don't know if it's different. Maybe different down up here. I suppose it's up to yourself what you do, isn't it? Like, but my brother went up and all of a sudden, and he's a school teacher, like nervous. Did a few things, did really well, kind of thing. Like, then kind of looked at me, and then I was like, but he did a good job. But I could see that he was probably a bit nervous. So I just went, give it to me.
You take over that.
I just ripped the mic off.
I just went, right, there's a few fucking things wrong in this house. Was there anything that happened at your wedding that you kind of like weren't told about that went wrong and you weren't told until the following day? Have you? Because I've been to weddings where there's been fights and stuff.
No, nothing majorly wrong. The only thing I would say is like literally a day before the wedding, Like a
She
lot
left.
of the nearly a lot of my aunts and uncles on my mum's side, like I'm talking like maybe eight adults and a couple of kids, all down with like COVID, and then couldn't come.
You were in foul form.
But
the
it
night
was like
before,
a day
right?
before the wedding. They rung and they were like, "Oh, we can't come." And I was
Did you
like,
think, were you like,
"Right, that's annoying." Like, because then you've probably 90 odd people down to like, and then there's big tables sitting. Like we had a couple of people at the table with them. So then whenever you were like standing up and making the speech, you just looked out and there was just 4 people sitting at a table, like looking up, and you're like, God, it looks like we've just cast them aside. Like, so there's just little things like that.
you could just say like, they're the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
They're the unvaccinated. That's what I'd have said, like, you know, to make the joke out of it. Like,
Yeah. I don't think we helped then. We came up the night before, to stay over in his house the night before the wedding.
Oh yeah.
He was in foul form, so we were like leaving stuff off to the hotel, and we were buzzing, like we were ready to go, and we were like, go for a pint, and he was like, no, I'm not going for a pint. But it's just so.
I wasn't in foul form about them cancelling. It was just more like the things you had to do at like the 11th hour. Like we forgot a pile of stuff to run it to the venue, so then you had to like, and by that time, like Lucinda was already kind of away over at her parents, like, and it was just little things that where you're like, oh, like kept forgetting things. And then I think when you keep forgetting things, you're like, is this gonna, like, have I forgotten something else? Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
we were a good help though, like
you were, yeah.
we just got steaming that night.
Did you get good presents?
Yeah, I would say so. Like we got good lots
lot
of.
of fucking money.
Yeah. Did you ask for cat?
No, we never actually asked for.
We just
anything.
hinted at it.
But if you wanted to contribute,
Nope, none of that on the invite. None of that at all. Like we literally just we discussed it, and I just went, nah, like I'm not. This feels weird to
That's
me.
so
going
awkward, though, isn't it? Asking. Like I find that so awkward when you see it weddings. It's like, oh, honeymoon fund and shit like that. You're a bit like,
yeah.
I would just sort of like let people.
The thing is, though, like this sounds very presumptuous. You're probably going to get something, not from everybody, but and the easiest thing, like if I'm going to a wedding, the easiest thing for me to do is give cash, like.
Yeah.
So like you kind of know most people are in the same boat, but I would just feel weird being like, oh, if you want to donate to the.
Sean got married last year, didn't you, Sean?
Yeah, the vast majority of people give cash.
Yeah.
But then there's the other ones that think they're different, think they're being nice, and I don't know how many candles we have.
Candles.
They're like, oh, great candle.
What the fuck do I want?
You know what? You know what R2 is, right? I swear to God, you go to my house now, I could do a garage sale. Like tea towels, 100. Now, chopping boards, right? We have 4 chopping boards, one with our name on it, one with the name and the wedding date on it, one with the house location on it, and then some person sweeped in after we came back from honeymoon. I was like, got you a wee present there? I was like, grand, give me a bag, opened up. It was 4 chopping boards, one for vegetables, one for fruit, one for meat, one for like fit. And I'm standing there going, how many chopping boards do we need?
That guy gave you that got that off someone else.
Yeah.
That's a passed down present.
Yeah.
I love those. Like a bottle of whiskey at Christmas, and you're going, great, I can do the brother-in-law.
Yeah. But like, I got a load of wine at Christmas, right? And then as soon as I got the wine, I wouldn't be a drinker of wine or anything like that. I wouldn't even drink in my house, right?
Yeah.
And then I just went, my auntie's birthday. That's sorted. So every time you get a present, you go, that's that sorted.
Yeah.
That's that. Literally just, we went up to a mate of mine recently to give him for Christmas lunch, and we brought up a bottle of wine. And then a week later, they were coming to us, and he came back and they go, "There's your wine back." So we've the same bottle of wine. The same bottle of wine is doing a circle. It's doing a circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone's just getting the same bottle of wine. So what I was going to say to you is like, because you're all about like, I'm going to say mid to late 20s, mid 20s.
Mid 20s.
You're about 25.
Yeah, 25.
25, right? I would say that's quite young to be married.
Yeah.
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 Sean, you got married about 25.
27.
Well, can I just say this? This is just a sweeping observation of being up in the north. Now, there's a sweeping generalization. Probably wrong. Probably happens everywhere. But I'm just saying, I was at a wedding fair last summer because my partner Julie was doing. She does stationery and wedding invites on Instagram, and she has like a stall. And I noticed a lot of people were very, very young getting married. Is it a thing up here to get married quite young? No, people get married. Like, you know what I mean? In America, they get married at fucking 21 in America. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you notice? Because I maybe
I thought it's getting older.
I thought it was getting older, but I've noticed up here there seems to be a lot of early 20 marriage, early people in their early 20s getting married. Would you?
You can probably speak best on this. I find like it's sort of like religion plays into it as well. Like I do feel like,
but I've heard that a lot of them who are quite strict on the old religion would be celibate, and they're like going fucking doing it so we can.
Like I think there would be like families that would like frown upon like you living with your girlfriend and stuff.
It's quite it's quite strict up here, isn't it?
It's
quite, what did he say?
He said Ross is still waiting.
I can see you swaying on the chairs like you've fucking you've celebrated your whole life. You're like going, it's August now. I'll get a bit of sex.
It's coming. Let's go.
It's got the wee countdown on the
Ross, what's it like? What's it like? What do I do? Do I do it with my eyes open? Do I?
Tommy's coming in August this year, and he's like, "Yes, lads, high fives, all right, let's go."
I've got a wee bit of hair on my chest now.
He's coming in with colour on his face. You're like, "Yes, lad, let's go."
Would you think there's quite a lot of stricter religious beliefs up here than I do feel down south? Would you think so? Why is that?
I don't honestly know. Like, I think from I know a lot of people who will get married young because of like the religious side of things. Like me and Lucinda have been together for nearly 8 or 9 years, so like we knew each other. Like 16? We got together quite young, and to be honest with you, it was just one of them things where like I'm very much like of the opinion where I'm like, we're going to get married eventually. So while we're young, we both have decent jobs. We don't really have much to like rely on in terms of like we've no kids, we no dogs, anything like that. We were just sort of like, now's like, why wait?
Your hair's not getting any darker.
Exactly. So I think that was just purely the reason from my side. But I do know a lot of people who they will marry because there is that pressure from family and stuff. So that might tie into your 70% divorce rate thing.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's crazy. Isn't it? What are the biggest challenges you think is facing you in your life at the moment?
Well, see, I'm a laid back person. I don't really.
You come across very sort of chill.
Take it as
like you'd fall over, like.
Yeah, pretty
so
much
laid
like
back.
That. That's me. Like,
what did somebody say once? If you were somebody they're so laid back, if they were sitting in front of a fire and they were burning, they'd turn around and go, "I'm burning." They wouldn't move. Like they wouldn't move. They wouldn't move. I'm burning.
That's shit.
Biggest challenge is getting up in the morning.
Like, where are you working?
I work in Armagh. I work in architecture.
So you travel to Armagh?
Yeah.
What's that, an hour
I have
a
to
day?
listen to you for an hour every morning. Like,
do you listen?
Do
you listen to the breakfast show? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's good. Like,
it's good.
Good dynamic.
What time do you listen to that?
Don't lie. You're honest.
What time I get up? 7:30 to like 9.
So you listen for the hour and a half?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
right.
And then maybe switch.
Give me some real time feedback.
I think the dynamic's good. I think with the whole like, I feel like Connor and Amy are a bit more down to earth, whereas you're a live wire. Like you can't. Sometimes I'll be watching it and be like, oh fuck, what's Connor gonna say, or what's Andrew gonna say of the day, like, you know. But I do think the dynamic's good between you. Like,
yeah,
it's interesting. Like, you're always sort of waiting to see what you're. Well,
we got some good news last week. We moved to the second biggest breakfast show commercials in the country.
That's thanks to me.
Yeah,
I'm telling everyone about this.
We've moved up, like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we do get a fair few people that don't like it.
Yeah,
and I quite enjoy that.
Yeah. Are they the people
as the great heavyweight boxer and convicted rapist Mike Tyson once said, if you're a friend of everybody, you're an enemy to yourself.
Yeah.
People seem to forget Mike Tyson's previous crimes.
Yeah.
I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, when like these it's like Joey Barton.
Yeah.
Joey Barton is a convicted criminal.
Yeah.
Like, but so footballer Joey Barton, no, footballer and convicted criminal Joey Barton. That's the way it should be talked about.
Don't let him away.
Should it be like
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On like Sky Sports at the bottom, it should always be there when it comes up.
Convicted criminal Joey Barton thinks women should not be involved in football.
You ever see the thing? It's like 2 Champions League finals.
Yeah.
No, 2015 and 2017, but it just comes along the bottom. Convicted criminal.
Yeah.
9 months and strange ways in Manchester for assault.
Once done a shade French accent.
There's just So like you're traveling to Armagh and stuff like that every day. Because I often wonder, like, obviously I'm a bit older than you guys. Like, I'm a millennial. You're a Gen Z. You're Gen Z.
No, we're millennials too.
Are you millennials as well?
97. Yeah.
When's the crossover?
I have no idea.
You're a boomer.
No
Are
clue
you?
when it comes.
You're a boomer.
No, millennial.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Hope your marriage ends, mate.
You get a fact check on that.
That's like
Yeah, Google.
Sean does a fact check. But like for guys in their 20s now,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? I know when I was in my 20s, like there was a few things that I would have classed as being quite immature. Didn't go to third level, didn't have money, moved to the UK, didn't really know what I wanted to do in life, didn't have social media.
Yeah.
We didn't have TikTok. Like I didn't join Facebook, Jesus, till I was, I would say 27,
Holy moly.
right? I only bought a laptop when I was 31.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay,
man.
so imagine this now, right?
Yeah.
You cannot imagine your life without a laptop, without Instagram, without TikTok.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever written handwritten letters?
No.
You ever had a pen pal?
No.
Do you know what teletext is?
I know what
I know what
teletext is,
teletext is.
Your parents still together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
You
seem
see
to have
what I
real-
mean? Like
Yeah.
I have no interest in tech.
Yeah.
Sean will tell you. Like, it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
I've got the apps on my phone. People say, you know, I say something, what type of phone should I get? And they go, get this phone. I go, I've got the phone now. And I know how to do it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you, like, I didn't know what, and I know people might actually think I'm a bit stupid here, but it took me 3 years ago, I figured out what Bluetooth was.
Fair.
I did not know what Bluetooth was. I Bluetoothed in my last Skoda. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what's this Bluetooth thing?
Jesus Christ.
I set him up an email last month.
No, you're
Set
joking.
you
know
Like,
what I mean?
Are you?
So what I'm trying to say to you is I have lived in each generation. So I've
Yeah.
grown up pre-tech.
Yeah.
Road maps. We used to go on holiday, have to read a road map.
Yeah. So whenever you go into like Tesco and stuff, and you see people like double tapping their phone and like paying contacts,
I don't even
on
have
their phone,
Google
are you
Play.
Just,
I don't.
Are you
I
just
just no.
absolutely gobsmacked.
No, I don't. Cash, mate.
Oh,
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah.
I pay with cash.
Yeah.
I tap my card. I'm not stupid, but I
Yeah.
like to have cash because I'm
Yeah.
used to having. I have a little pot at the front of the house, you know, where you took all the coins in.
Yeah.
Whatever's left over, then I pay the window cleaner with. Like,
All right.
you know what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is, like, I would say I fit into both camps, right? So, like, but you guys have kind of are living in a time where you've never had it so good in terms of tech access. You know, like cheap flights. You can, you know, going on a holiday when I was 14 was such a big thing.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's like, fuck it, I
Jet
just
off
go
this
to Paris
weekend.
for the weekend. Kind of thing. What do you think are your like biggest challenges in your life at the moment that actually makes you that you are actually worried about? Because what worries me, we've kind of different that's worrying you.
Yeah, I think keeping up with things now, like even as you're saying, you're looking down at us. I think we've got to an age now where we're seeing another generation coming up, and they're sort of coming through and taking over. Even with the tech and stuff, it's sort of started to feel that we're like lagging behind a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
What are the 16, 17-year-olds doing?
I have like
What are they doing?
I have younger brothers and sisters. There's 10-year gap between us. Like so.
What happened there?
I don't know. There's a bit of a.
Yeah, Shane, they thought, let's take a break for a while.
Did Armagh win the All Ireland? Your dad got a bit drunk.
Yeah, but you just it's almost difficult to talk to them because they're on sort of like they're a different generation. Like it's even though they are my brothers and sisters, they're like coming up during a different time, and even like looking back. Whenever we were young, there was like, you know, the short text and stuff like that there, and that was the whole thing.
BBM.
Whereas now,
Short text.
you know,
my
like
God.
the
I don't even know what that
you know the way
is.
whenever you
Are
text,
you okay?
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Oh, I
on
see.
WA and all that sort of stuff,
yeah.
like kids talk like that now.
WYD.
Like that's the language now. Like they don't even
Yeah.
like we used to text like that, and now kids actually
No,
have
they
words for
don't,
everything. Lad, they do. Like, were you not saying about your wee sister saying like
fuck
"Who
yeah.
you"?
What?
That was over text. Like,
What she say?
she had like a boyfriend or whatever. Like, was like texting this guy, and she just texted like BUs and like break up.
This is how you do
That's
it
it,
now.
done. Yeah.
BU.
Just
break
BU.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck.
it's harsh. Like,
Two. Like you're only worth 2 letters.
Yeah,
yeah,
Not even 2 words.
yeah.
it's just
That's
pure
not, like-
efficiency. Like,
That's
Crazy
crazy.
things
Isn't it?
done.
Streamlined.
streamlined, like,
Too busy on their side
This
hustles.
generation's taking
They're
over. Like,
just learning off Jeff Bezos. Like, you know, everything's just streamlined and instant. I suppose they don't have a processing. To them, it's like a lot of people nowadays. Like, they make a decision. They want instant action.
Yeah.
Instant
Yeah.
results.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, I come from the feel, felt, found generation. How'd you feel about that now? How'd you find it? How do you think he felt? The feel, felt, found, which is like always. I used to always be told, I don't know, did your parents ever teach this, but always be told for every action you take, there'll be a consequence, positive and negative. So before I make a decision or do something, what is the consequence and the impact of this action? So, for example, if I decided to say I wanted to move away, what's the consequences? I'm away from my family. How's that going to impact them? Are they going to be happy? Are they going to be sad? But where nowadays it's just like, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Like there seems to be like people are a lot more.
I think people feel like they're more connected now. That moving and stuff isn't really a big an issue, but you're not. I think people don't realize there's a lot to be said for personal connections rather than just texting someone.
Yeah, but there's also I think people just think about themselves a wee bit more now, and that's a good and bad thing. But I think people just like in that scenario, if you're moving away, you just go, well, that's what I want to do. Who gives a shit what anybody thinks?
Like when people moved away, say in the 80s and the 90s, say if they moved from Belfast to London, for example, your only way of contact home was, a phone call. You ring the landline, right, for example, and you say, I'll ring every Tuesday at 8 o'clock or whatever, and you ring for the hour. Now, you're in constant contact. You can FaceTime in the morning, you're in WhatsApp groups, you can Zoom, cheap flights. Did you hear this thing this year? The record number of people flying from America to Europe this year than ever. Why is there more Americans coming to Europe ever this year? Anyone know why?
Is it? No.
Instagram.
Just to go to the
people are posting so much stuff about reels of my trip to Berlin, my trip to Greece, my trip to Rome, and it's called the Instagram effect. Americans are seeing all these places, and they're coming over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We were just back there a couple of weeks ago we went to Bruges, and to do Christmas markets and stuff, and we were sitting outside a cafe. We were sitting having a coffee, and there was this couple. They were walking down the street, and she was on her phone, like obviously like videoing herself. But then they stopped, and then they walked to the top end of the street again, and then he grabbed the phone, and she had to film him walking down, and you could just it was like you were on a movie set. They were like looking and all, and then they both just got their phones and then just continued to walk up the same street, phone buried in their hands. And I was kind of like, I've never seen the behind the scenes of what you've described, like
influencers in the wild.
Like the whole, come with me on a day trip to Bruges, and you're kind of like, oh, this is cool. But then when you actually see the behind the scenes of two people doing it, you're like, oh,
it's awkward.
This is weird.
One thing I think, like you're saying, they're the biggest problem. Like it's like fucking Instagram and all. Like, do you not find people? Even our young, people like our age, would you find it hard, like talking to anyone our age, or find them a bit awkward? Or
you know what, I use it obviously for work, but I use it very specifically just for work. Like if you ever see me post a picture of food, shoot me. If you ever see me posting a picture of follow me in a day in the life, shoot me. If you ever see me going, here's me 24 hours in Berlin, shoot me. My social media it's comedy, it's podcast, and it's radio.
Work,
and that's it. Here's what I'm on. And I'll do the odd story of a snippet of watching a match or hitting a golf ball. But you won't really overly know too much about me. TikTok is literally clips of work. So if I went to Greece with my missus last year, and she was like, can we get some pictures and stuff like that? And I was like, of course we'll get pictures. Like, we did pictures and all this. And then, and she's of the same ilk as well. She's like, why do I need to prove that my holiday is amazing? Just let it be amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Rather than, we took some daft pictures in the pub and, dressed up and having a nice meal, and we got a waiter we put 2 of them up online. Like, I don't feel the need.
No.
Why do you think, if you, like, people of maybe your generation, maybe even a bit why do you think they need to constantly do that? I have a theory, but what do you think?
I think it's like, it's almost like if it's not on Instagram, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It didn't happen.
Like, even like, you go to restaurants now, and like, it seems to be a normal thing where like couples are both sitting on their phones. To me, that's fucking horrible. Like,
do you guys have any rules with phones in your wrist? So what me and my missus do, we do one of the things that we do is we love watching reels together, but we'll only watch them on one phone. So like this morning before I came here to do this, we actually laid in bed with a coffee and we watched reels on her phone, and there were just memes, and we laughed, we laughed, and then that was it. But at night time we do have a thing where we go phones away, like, and we sit and watch a show or what we're watching, and it's like nothing needs to happen now for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, if the phone rings, you answer it. Like, I'm not saying, or oh, let's try that. Let me just Google it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not about she's on one sofa, I'm on a chair, and we're like, what? You know what I mean? It's actually we're using the phone
as a
within the
social thing,
relationship. Like, do you have like with your partners? Have you got a partner?
Yeah.
So, what do you like with it?
I would say recently, we actually had friends over a couple of weeks ago, and they brought a couple of board games. So me and Lucinda have actually got, over the past couple of weeks, we ordered board games, and we'll sit on an evening and like
Monopoly
play a
or
board
something.
game, so we're not like watching TV. But what I've actually started to do recently, like I obviously have the Apple Watch and stuff, so like if I get a notification that comes up on my watch, but I've started bringing my phone upstairs and putting it beside the bed, like on charge at like 6 or 7, and then I come downstairs and spend time with Lucinda, or if there's friends and stuff over. The only reason I keep the Apple Watch on is just to, like, if something has happened with my parents or something, and I see like a call come through from my mum, I'll probably answer it, or my dad will probably answer it. But like if it's everything else is muted, if that makes sense. So the phone's upstairs, it's not like a distraction because one thing I find is you're almost like picking it up out of habit, opening it up and not really doing anything. It's almost like a what do you call that? Like a reaction, like a trained thing that you just continue to do. So yeah, I've started to do that.
I was watching Man United last week, right? And they won away at Wolves, right? 4-3. And I noticed that when we went 2-0 up, I went on my phone to see what the reaction was. Now, I'm not on Twitter, but I was like to see, was there like a reaction to the goals and another look at the goals? I was just kind of seeing, because I follow a few YouTube channels on Instagram that like Man United channels, and I kind of went to them. And by the time I looked up on my phone, 10 more minutes had passed in the game.
Yeah.
See,
I know.
And I just went, I'm not actually watching this.
Yeah.
I'm actually just playing on my phone. So I put the phone away, completely put the phone away, and I watched the halftime analysis. And I sat down and I watched. I went up and down to the kitchen, whatever. And then I went, I'm not looking at my phone until the whistle is blown.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Last night I went to watch. We're recording this obviously before Thursday, but I went out to watch Ireland France.
Yeah.
Did not look at my phone until halftime, and that was just to take a picture.
Would you say that's just because you're out though?
I was out, yeah, but I was also out with my missus, and I was a bit conscious of the fact that like when we go out and we like try to focus on. My missus really likes rugby as well. She's after getting really into it, like in the last year, and I was like, no, when we go out now, you know, be more present.
Yeah.
But I must admit, though, I did think like noticing around like the place we were in. We went to Common Market, which was great. You know, people were. Well, I think socially when you're out, it's becoming now a thing. If you're on your phone, it's a problem.
Yeah.
I think people are starting to call out people. Put your phone away, man.
Yeah.
You know, let's have a conversation. I think it's kind of flipped. I think it's gone from everyone's on their phones to now actually people go, guys, phones away. Come on, let's chat. People are actually getting sick of it.
I think people are aware of the problem. Like, I can't remember who said it, or like it was a clip or something, but like this guy was basically like, if you're out for dinner and you put your phone on the table or whatever, like your phone's the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, you're like, this is what's most important if you sat on the table, whereas you put it away. This like gets out of your head, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I said to Julie one night, I don't know if you guys should try this. I recommend people to try this for one night. Say, for example, you and all your partners decide to go for a drink, two of you. We date night, whatever night you do. Friday night, let's go for a bit of food and a drink. Let's have a bit of a date night, right? We're not bringing our phones. Straight away. But how are we going to get home? We used to get home fine. How do we get home? We flag a cab down, or we'll ask somebody in the bar to call us a taxi. But what if like something happens with my mum and dad, for example? Well, something could happen to them when you're asleep.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get the call.
Yeah.
Actually go out without your phone. And what I started to do was, when I used to play loads of golf, I used to leave the phone in the car and go out for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I can tell you something, you have a little bit of anxiety, like separation anxiety. But I tell you something, it's very freeing.
Yeah.
There was a period of time where my battery was playing up on my phone, so it was like dying very early in the day.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of times I was going out to gigs and stuff, and my phone was already on like 12%, 9%. You know, so it died while it was out, and the first half an hour, I'm thinking to myself, fuck, I wonder who's ringing me or texting me or if there's something going on. I was like really missing it. But then after that first like half an hour, 40 minutes, like you forget that you don't have it.
Yeah.
We went out for dinner last week and that happened to me. My phone was dead. I just left it in the house to charge. And then we're going to the restaurant down the road. So I went down to the restaurant with my girlfriend Aoife and I sat there. At the start I was sort of feeling about, you know, when you're sitting there to see where it is, go to pull it out. My phone, that is. And
imagine you and Aoife in a restaurant going, what you want for dinner? I'm having the big sausage. I'm having the big sausage. You want the big sausage? Yeah, ha. You're very religious, yeah. You're very religious. Just get married.
But after a while, I was just, you sort of, as you said, like forgot about it as well. Like,
I think there's a bit of pushback now on the phone a few times. I think it's slowly coming. You know, it's sort of like there's a generation of people now that are going. A load of lads go out, don't they? And they say like, if you check your phone, you have to buy a round or something. Or even something like that, isn't there? There's loads of stuff like that. Or something. First person. If you're on your phone between 7 and 10, boom, you have to buy a round.
Yeah.
You even find now that with like, I think more, I don't know if it's the younger age below us or our age is now becoming a little bit more aware of things that are like affecting their physical or mental health. So like, I know like a big thing, we were talking about this recently on ours, was the amount of people who've like give up drink, the amount of like people our age who have decided, young adults who've said no, like we're not drinking anymore. But we've had a chat about this recently, and even other things like, I know you see all like the fitness influencers talking about like ice baths and all this here. It's like people are choosing to do more of they're thinking more of themselves. They're like looking into like the impact of what these things that people are doing or how they're impacting like their mental or physical health. So yeah, like even like stuff like drink and phones are all like, I've noticed it be a big thing for not the younger age, but our age, like sports, young adults type thing.
I've went off a drink myself.
How long are you off it?
I'm off the drink 6 months now.
Fuck.
You're not Sean, are you?
Yeah.
He's a baby Jew soon, though.
Yeah.
Preparing yourself?
Yeah. So I done it nicely just because I was looking at an excuse to do it. I wanted to do dry January last year and failed miserably. And then, the thing is, because of gigging and stuff like that, I don't often get a chance at the weekends to go out for a few drinks. Yeah. So what I do is I would get a carry out the odd like Saturday to watch like the football, but I wouldn't finish it. So then, say if I come in and I work, sometimes I'll go, I'll have one with dinner, and that's not actually great.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that I was doing that. So
I have a ban on alcohol in my house.
You don't drink at all in the house?
No, my dad's an alcoholic.
Right.
Well, I was an alcoholic. Like, I never really saw him drink.
Yeah.
Gave up when I was 4, but
yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just like I would say there was a time in my early 20s I could see myself actually starting to go.
I'd go down that direct. Yeah,
I was like, when can I get my next pint?
Yeah,
and then but now I would say I have a night out maybe once a month.
Yeah,
and I probably do no more than 4 pints.
Yeah,
never drink wine, never drink a shot. I couldn't. You said to me vodka, I can't even tell you the last time I had a vodka. Like, so I enjoy my drink.
Yeah,
but it's very regulated.
Yeah.
Like it has to be planned. Like, like I went out there and had a few pints now, but I woke up completely fine. Yeah, like I'll probably hit the gym today. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, I like pace myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, and I spend 25, 30 quid, but I watch a match and I'm like, oh, this is an experience. Right, we're done. We're going home because nothing good happens after 11:30, lads.
Yeah,
no,
that's when it gets.
Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tell me something that happens after 12 o'clock. Nothing. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of like the way I do it. Like, I nearly got in a fight last night.
Oh,
have you guys ever been in a fight?
Yeah, a couple.
Have you?
Yeah.
With Aoife or?
No, kind of. No, we never fight. No, I have. Well, a couple of times, not intentionally or anything, like
in pubs and stuff.
Just drunk, stupid stuff like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I got punched one night a couple of months ago coming around.
Really?
I was doing nothing. Like, I was coming. It was an Armagh.
That was I remember that.
I was walking around. So there's like the mall. You don't know Armagh, do you? There's like a
No, I don't
Armagh.
really want to know it either. Go on,
So,
anyway.
yeah, no, I don't.
To all our Armagh listeners, the three of you, chill out to fuck. You're better than Tyrone. Hiya, bye. Hiya, bye.
Like
Hiya,
that.
bye.
But I was coming around from the hotel around to get a Domino's. So like it was just coming me and one of my mates, and I was holding a drink. I got my plastic cup, brought my drink out. It was blackcurrant or something anyway, and was coming around the corner, and this guy was coming towards me like he was like a wee small lad, but his eyes were like dinner plates, like he was definitely on drugs or something.
Dinner
Like
plates.
they were huge. Like I could see him coming, and I was like looking at my mate like, what the fuck? I went to walk around him, and I was like sort of. As I was coming around him, the next thing he just punched me square in the face for no reason.
For no
like,
reason.
No
Just
reason.
assault.
And I was wearing a white top, and the blackcurrant juice went all over me. And I was most annoyed about that. But for some reason, I just felt this real sense of calm come over me, and I was like, lad, I'm not going to have a fight with you here. Even though he's only after punching me in the face now.
And you call the police?
No,
Why?
I was like,
You've
I
been
was,
assaulted, man.
he was fucked, like, so I didn't want to.
How old was he?
I'd say probably like 25 or something like that there. But he's obviously on something. And then his two mates started coming behind him. So I was like, oh, there's going to be a scrap here. Like, so I was
If you
like,
get involved,
I was
yeah.
like, I'll de-escalate this. I was like, look, he's fucked. I goes to his mates. I was like, he's fucked here. I'm not going to hit him back, obviously, because I'd fucking hit him and he'd fall and he'd fucking slap his head off the
The
ground.
thing
or
about it,
something
the two mates that were coming behind him were the two lads.
yeah.
That was the two of me going.
But
But like, were you not shook after that?
not real. For some reason, no. I was surprisingly not. But I just sort of calmed him down. I was like, lad, I'm not going to have a fight with you because that's not like
You're
me,
off
though.
your
Like,
head, like.
yeah. See, I would usually get wicked then if someone did hit me and just jump into it, like. But
He would have been a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I remember
used to
you
be,
telling me our story and thinking, "Fuck, hey, fair play." I
that's
wouldn't
not
expect
like me.
that
Like,
from you.
but
like.
I've never
wouldn't
been
be-
in a fight in my
Yeah.
life. And what happened to me, Sean, you'll be very, listen to this, lads, I've never felt power like it. Right, now listen, this is what happened to me. I was in Common Market. First time in Common Market, can I just say, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thought it was great. Great buzz around
Yeah,
the
it's
place.
good atmosphere.
Now imagine the rugby's up on the screens, right? And I'm sitting on a stool. Julie's next to me, and there's a little barrel in the middle, you know, like a barrel, right? And it's kind of like a walkway in front of you. So there's three screens. You've seen it, right? It's three screens, and we're sitting there, we're watching rugby. Rugby's going great. Everything's going great atmosphere, great vibe in the venue. These fucking idiots, right, from Dublin, you know, like, but the posh Dublin, like, hey, Catherine, like, how's it going? You know, like, and they were clearly visiting Belfast.
I was thinking Damo and Ivor.
And I'm thinking of maybe they were up for a wedding.
Yeah.
And it was that night before. Hey guys, you know, oh my God, you know, what's happening in Ukraine is really bad. But I need to go to France for a holiday. You know that type of thing.
Yeah.
Why does Daddy hit Mommy? Because you. Right, you know that type of crap, right?
Yeah.
So I'm standing there watching this. Julie's on my right, and next thing they just start getting really close.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a bit. I'm like watching the game. They're just rubbing up against me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, look, you know, I'm not an arse about it. Next thing, two ladies in front of me get food from one of the food trucks or food places, and they then. So I'm watching the game like this. They then move up in front of me, and literally just block me, just block the screen.
Yeah.
And then Julie kind of look at me. I'm looking at Julie. So there's two ladies in front of me, three lads on the left, and I'm like cornered in.
Yeah, I do that.
Like they've done a swamp of us. When actually there's loads of space for them to stand.
Oh.
But you know, personal space. And it's like I'm watching the game and I'm like, no, but how do you deal with this now, right? Because it's a tricky one, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
So I just went and I said nothing. And I don't know where it came from. I am not a non-violent man. I just went, excuse me. I just moved my hand, was like, can you move? Like, and she went, oh, sorry. I went, it's okay. But, you know, like you're blocking the screens, right? And the guy next to me on my left heard me say that. But I was just like, sorry. You know, like, come on. You know what I mean? And he looked over at me and I'm sitting like this. And they moved and they were lovely. They were like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, sorry. You know, it's fine. And he just went, you all right there? Yeah.
Fuck off.
And I'm just sitting like this. And he goes, are you all right there? And in his fucking Dublin accent, right? And I could feel Julie just tapped my leg and went, oh. And I just turned on the chair like this. And I went, yeah, I am all right. Yeah. Are you all right? Right? They're blocking the telly. So I've asked them to move.
Yeah.
Right? And I said it. I don't know where it came from, lads. But I said it so sort of like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll be honest with you, most people can fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a weak man, right? And I just turned around and went, yeah, I am all right. Are you all right? And I don't know where this came from. Right?
Lean over the
and he
table.
just looked at me, and I looked at him, and he just went, all right? And he walked off, and all that group went and sat on a bench. And I swear, I could have killed that night and got away with it.
Yeah.
I was king of that room. I was put in a situation that I did not ask for.
Yeah.
I dealt with it.
Yeah.
And not only that, I dealt with the backlash, and I made the backlash leave.
Yeah.
I was so proud of him. I was next to my girlfriend. I just turned around to Julie and went, what you thinking of that? What you thinking of that?
She was like, get you home now.
I was like, what you thinking of that? And she went, oh, Jesus, you're so powerful. And I just went, oh, come on, let's go home and make a baby. But I don't know, like, you know, can I just say, like, 5 years ago, and I don't know what you guys are like, right? But 5 years ago, I would have been like, should we just move?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to cause any issues, but I don't know why. I just went, excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
But I said it with a bit of a smile. I was like,
authority.
sorry. You know, like,
Fair play to you.
you know, like, move on. And they were like so lovely. They were like, oh, and I was like, cheers. And he goes, you all right there? Yeah. And I went, oh. I said, here we go.
Yeah.
You
So this
still
one's from Michael
realise-
Collins. Like,
This is a big moment for us.
this is a big moment for me through my personal development plan.
Wow. What's next?
Standing up for myself. But I just turned around and went, you all right? Yeah. And the power, lads, the blood, like, it's fucking, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he looked at me and I looked at him and I went, I was like, are we going?
Yeah.
Are we going? Because I'll go. I've been there. I'll even go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is going to become part of your personality now. You're just going to go out and
just
outside and just start
personal
writing.
space, lads. And you know what the key thing was? After the game, we left, and I went up to go to the toilet before we left, and he was in the toilet as well.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and he was waiting to go to the cubicle, and I was going to the urinal.
burst out crying and all.
And I just walked in, and I walked, mate, my chest. I was like, I was just, but he never came near me again. But there was 3 of them, and I was on my own, and I think I got rid of 3.
Yeah.
Do you walk up to them
Just
in the
by
toilet
me
and be like,
going,
fucking-
I'm all right. Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
I went home last night, man, and I swear to God, I was walking around the house going, no one messes with me. No one messes with me.
Looking in
You're
the
going to get it, man. You're going to get it. Don't mess with me.
Every story usually goes a bit like this. It's usually like Andrew going, I was on the subway, you know, I was like down the tubes in London. This guy was really aggravating me, man. He was like, he's doing this and that, and like kept slobbering, you know, and I just kept thinking, I'm gonna say something, and you know what I did? I just put a nice podcast on and then like,
It's about action now, guys. Winners win. You know what I
Like
mean?
walked past the mirror last night on the way to bed. Just go.
I was looking at Julie because I'm a new man, Julie. But that's crazy. You just got assaulted on a street and did nothing about it. I think that's a very Northern Irish thing. If that was me now, I'd ring the police. I'd be on Nolan's show.
Would you actually?
No, I wouldn't.
Like say last night if that guy had like hit you, what would you have
No,
done?
he did. Look, like I was polite. I felt enough to the ladies. They were lovely, but then he was like, "Who are you?" Like telling them to move. Literally, there's other people next to us. They were just blocking, and everyone was going, "What, guys? Come on!" Like you're clearly just standing in front of the telly here. Just there's loads of space here, and he was like, "Are you all right?" Yeah, and I just, oh man,
Yeah.
one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life. Last night, that was
empowering.
like people don't realize I'm all well and good on the radio and chatting nonsense, but confront me like.
Good job, we
But don't confront me now though.
Yeah.
Like I've learned. Like,
Change, man.
you're not the hero that common market deserves, but you're the hero common market needs.
do you know what? I'd have to be a bouncer now.
Yeah.
No, mate.
Scrap the radio.
Look, we'll continue chatting over on the Patreon, guys. Thanks very much for everyone that's listened, tuned in this week. If you want to hear the rest of my chat with the 3 lads here, lovely boys, lovely little boys. That I'm sure the lovely boys, the lovely boys club. That's what the name of it. But the lads from Here's the Craic podcast are in with me. But sign up to the Patreon, £3 a month for the rest of this conversation. We do appreciate. Don't forget to check out the dine as well. Cork25 is your discount code for 25% off food Wednesday to Thursday. Details soon on my tour. Details soon on the next live pod that we're going to be doing down at the dine. We thank you for all your continued support. But we now move over to the Patreon.